Now this bike has rolled about 1,180 kilometers, so it's time for the first maintenance, the first service. So we'll do a engine oil change and a gearbox oil change. There you have the draining plug for the engine oil, and there you have the oil filter for the engine. So we're going to start with loosen that nut, and then we're going to put something to drain the oil under the bike.
Am I supposed to pull that filter?
Yeah. Har du lossat det?
Buongiorno. Buongiorno. The best thing I ever seen.
And the engine is hot when we are doing this, so the oil will come out easier. As you can see here, there are some, you might not be able to see, but there are some metal down here. So clean this up before putting it back in. Ja. Make sure the O-ring on the nut in place, that's not damaged. Now it's time to loosen the oil filter, like so. We've gone for the original recommended oil, both in the engine and for the gearbox. In the gearbox it should be a quarter of a liter, 250 milliliters of oil, and in the engine I think it was 1.4 liters, I don't remember. And some new engine oil and lubricate the seal of the new oil filter, then mount it.
And sometimes you can feel some oil in here.
Yeah. You have a problem, Fredrik? Do you see the problem?
Oh. Oh.
That's supposed to stay in the engine, not come out with the filter. The new filter you can easily tighten by hand, not much more than that.
Yeah, but you need a piece of paper.
Yeah, I mean, when you're full of oil in your hands, it's no good. Now that the new oil filter is in place, you have the filling hole here, where you have the stick to measure the level of oil. So you remove that, but as you can see it's very tight to come in here, so you can use one of these to fill it up. So we're going to fill our oil in here, 1.3 liters of engine oil. So, now the engine is filled up with new oil. So you put the stick back in place, and then you start the motor and let it run idle for a while, and then you turn it off, let it stand, and then you check your oil level and top off if you need. So the next thing now is to change the gearbox oil. The draining plug is on this the inside of the engine, so you have to go through the underneath the exhaust through the rear wheel, and in there you have the draining plug.
Sure.
Yep. So this might be a bad solution from Piaggio, I think, because the oil will be all over the tire when you take this out.
We need to find something to put underneath here.
Yeah, some plastic or so. Here comes the oil.
And you have a small copper gasket.
Yeah, so don't lose the gasket. And we can open up the filling hole here where the stick is. And supposedly this stick is for all type of engines. So you should not fill it all the way up.
The first mark is okay and just above, not up to the second. So you're gonna be around these parts, the first and up.
So don't go all the way up here. So it's a quarter of a liter, 250 milliliters that's going in here. Put your draining plug back and make sure that your copper gasket is in place. You can remove this now. And then we just top it off with the new oil and we're ready to go. We have to come up with a better solution than this, but it's a homemade funnel. Oh, slowly. Rinner tyvärr ut lite. Det mesta går. So put your stick back in place. Go for a run, check your levels in the engine and in the gearbox. That's it. Time for the next one.